On this episode of Fitness Dummy, we are going to be talking about caffeine. Everybody likes their morning cup of coffee. Some people might like their energy drinks. I know I especially do. Some people may chase it with a 5-hour energy drink. I have a friend who does that. So I wonder he's not dead. But I can drink a lot of caffeine because I've gotten used to it. So I'm going to go over some of the positive effects and negative effects from my experience with caffeine. I'm not gonna Yeah, that's pretty much how I do things here, is from my own experience, so it's firsthand. Alright, and caffeine is different for everyone. Some people can drink caffeine and they get all jittery and they get all nervous. Like, I have a friend who, if he drinks caffeine, he starts sweating. He immediately just, his hands go like that. Some people are really sensitive to it. But other people like me, they get a good buzz off of caffeine and they're more awake and aware. But some people, it doesn't do anything for them. So there's extremes on both ends. And here are some of the good side effects of caffeine. It increases your alertness. It improves concentration. It improves your reaction time. And it decreases stress. It is a diuretic, so you might be able to lose some water weight. And it actually increases your sex drive, short term, but it does. Mainly in the 4-hour window when caffeine has its effect right after you drink it. And which is good. It increases a lot of, and actually what it does is it blocks the adenosine receptors in your brain, and it speeds up your cellular activity, and those sped up cells release epinephrine, the nerves do, and it increases your heart rate, your blood pressure, blood flow to muscles. But it also decreases blood flow to skin and organs, which some people say it's actually bad for you in the long run for that, because if you don't have blood flow to your skin, you're not getting nutrients there. It can actually maybe make you age faster, or make you look like you are aging faster. And that's where we're getting into the bad parts of caffeine. You can end up peeing a lot from caffeine, which is from the diuretic effect. Some people find annoying. I know I do for one. And you actually get cold hands and feet. Especially, I'm a tall person, so I'm already more prone to that anyway. But when I am drinking caffeine, I have more of a tendency to get cold hands and feet. So that's just one thing. And actually, over a long term, not when you drink caffeine at first, but over the long term, your cortisol levels is pretty much a stress hormone. And when your body, it's like, oh, if I see like a bear or a tiger, or just chronic stress in your everyday life, it increases your cortisol levels, which releases glucose from the liver, I'm pretty sure, and it just gets everything revved up. And actually, it's good for like when you short term, but if you have chronically elevated levels, it can actually eat away your muscle. It can make you store fat around your midsection because your body thinks you're in a constant state of pressure and you're worried about everything. Well, your caveman mind is, not your actual mind, because yeah, back in the day, if there's stress, then you needed to survive, so it would store fat so you could survive after there's no more food left. And yeah, it actually burns out your adrenal glands too from having a chronically elevated level of caffeine. And that's another problem. Sure, it does increase your metabolic rate short term for when you drink caffeine, but then over the long term, it decreases it because you just become burnt out and you can't really produce the right things. It's kind of like the saying robbing Peter to pay Paul, or like borrowing tomorrow's wages to pay for today. And eventually that catches up to you and you will have a huge caffeine debt, and you will eventually want to get off of it. And a good way to do that, you don't want to go to cold turkey with caffeine. You want to do caffeine gradually, step by step. Maybe, decrease the milligrams a little bit each day, because if you do it all at once, it will be worthless. You will have headaches, and you have to watch out because actually some medicine has caffeine in it too. So, like, I remember when I was trying to get off caffeine, I was like, oh, I'm going to take some acetaminophen and I'll feel a lot better. But little did I know, my headache went away, and then I looked, man, I also had caffeine in it, so you really have to watch out. Best thing is not to get addicted to it in the first place, because it is an addicting drug. But if you do need caffeine, say if you're driving a long distance, or you need to stay up a little bit longer, get something done, you really need to, work hard that day. Just for some reason, you can take it, but then only take it when you need it, and then stop, because you can get addicted to it. So to sum everything up, Caffeine gives you loads of energy. What doesn't? It makes you feel like you have loads of energy. Oh, also it increases dopamine. And it makes it to your neurotransmitters don't pick it back up. So that's why you have the feel-good feeling, and you are less stressed. So basically, now I'm really going to sum it all up. Sum it all up, it makes you feel good on the short term. There's a lot of positive benefits short term, but has all those short-term benefits pretty much get reversed in long-term bad side effects. So you're going to really want to watch your intake with caffeine. It's a good servant, but a dangerous master, like any addiction. So that's my video on caffeine, and that's the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's my first video of fitness dummies. So, alright, see you next time.